Yo, 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 yo. How we doing? What's up, Derek? Welcome back. How much, man? You brought your laptop to work and you've been playing Assassin's Creed Mirage all night. That's cool. You're able to bring your laptop in and just chill on it. Made some homemade chicken pot pie earlier. Delish. Made my own chicken stock earlier too, with the chicken carcass. I went and bought a rotisserie chicken and then stripped it from all of its meat, put it off to the side, chopped up some carrots, celery, onions, and then all of the vegetable cuttings that was going to go to waste I saved, and then I just put the chicken carcass and the vegetable cuttings into a pot with some water. Let it just simmer for the next 3.5 hours. I put some bay leaves, a little bit of thyme and rosemary into it too. Let it boil away, or simmer away. Strained it, poured it out. Dumped all the bullshit into my compost bin out back in the soil to break down into it. Oh yeah. Tumbled it around. That soil is going to be rich and good to go by next summer, man. With all the stuff that I toss into it to decompose and all that shit. Can't wait to build some more garden beds next summer. Then we can like bust out listening to the Ice Cream Man, you know, playing Christmas tunes. And just fucking twerk to it. Will my bounty bar go down on its own in Mirage? I don't recall. I think that you need to go around and tear down your posters and everything, right? To reduce your notoriety. If I remember correctly, isn't that a thing they put into the game? Yeah, what up, Tafari? Yeah, bro, my monitor replacement. It's beautiful, isn't it? Fucking best. It's the best ever. I'm literally fresh out of the tutorial. Only done one mission since being back in Baghdad. Oh, you still got a whole ways to go then. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. I found the posters. Nice, hell yeah. Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. I'm ready to have a toke if you guys are. For those of you who can join me, that is. Got this pipe loaded up with some Blue Dream, baby. Ooh! Yeah, cheers, man. I was starting to drag anyway. I need to pick me up. Hell yeah. Dude, I love having a big ass fucking Twitch chat window. It's amazing. Just so you guys can see here, like. I just love having a big ass Twitch chat window now. I can never miss a message, man. Got all the extra chat windows put up on my other monitors. So, it is all good to go. It sucks because like my fourth monitor that I put up, that's the secondary monitor for my streaming computer. I can't lift her high enough to go above my main monitor here. She's as high as she can go, so like the bottom right corner is partially blocked by my main monitor. But I can still see it fine, and I just adjust the windows accordingly on the screen, so that way it's not none of the shit's being blocked off or anything like that. Alright, Fire. I'll put that on after this one, okay? This one has a pretty good tune. And the music video is pretty cool too. That was Arnold right there. Terminator. Yeah. And the fucking Xenomorph puts acid on him. Little Game Boy virus with the Predator font. Oh, he wants Goku's head. He's also got the Terminator head now. Spotify song on real quickly here.
I always let the day slip away. I should have been making up my mind. I never took it all in, and now I'm running out of time. Sometimes I dream about going back, keeping all the things I left behind. But now I know you can't change the past. Way too young to know the reason why. And it all comes rushing back, rushing back.
I like this.
And it all comes rushing back, rushing back. And it all comes rushing back, rushing back. And it all comes rushing back. I feel that gravity pulling me faster than it ever has before. When I was 17, nicotine loving had me rushing out the door. I try to hold it back, take a breath, looking at old pictures on the floor. But I hear everything telling me you don't have it, trying to let it go. And it all comes rushing back, rushing back. 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 All the years, all the issues, all the eyes I have looked into, the stages and the love all come rushing back at once. I always let the day slip away. I should have been making up my mind. I never opened up, took it all in, and now I'm running out of time. Sometimes I dream about going back, keeping all the things I left behind. But now I know you can't change the past. Way too young to know the reason why.
Okay.
And it all comes rushing back, rushing back. And it all comes rushing back, rushing back.
This has been my de-stressing tune for the past couple of years now. Oh, are you barely showing it to us now?
Rushing back, rushing back.
Wow.
And it all comes rushing back. And it all comes rushing back, rushing back. And it all comes rushing back, rushing back.
Oh, this is my 11-minute mix. I don't know, but cheers though. It was a good song. I liked it. Had a good tune. It wasn't like too overly crazy. It kind of kept that momentum going pretty steady throughout the entire song. But yeah. This is a good tune, hugely atmospheric. Oh, this one that's playing right now? Oh, wait, no, you had a customer. Bro came in like right at 420, second one tonight. But if you just get like swarmed eventually, you just have a fuckload of customers that just come in, you're just overwhelmed, like, oh shit, are you the only one that's there? Yeah, there's only one person in the shop at all times. That way, if anything goes wrong, they know exactly who it'll be. This movie, though, was so good, dude. Like, it was a gem that I found last year, wishing that I found it sooner. because it came out in like 2013 apparently, and I saw it for the first time last year on Netflix, and I was like, dude, where was this movie at all this time? Because it was pretty fucking good in my opinion. Like the soundtrack was like mint too, and I was like, oh baby, yeah. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Hi, Ashlyn. And what movie am I talking about? Oblivion. With Tom Cruise in it. Which I know it's like, oh, great, Tom Cruise film. But no, he was actually pretty good in that movie. Morgan Freeman's in it as well. But it's a really interesting premise of a storyline. And this song, these songs, they're this 11-minute mix is from that movie. And wakey wakey, Ashlyn, good morning to you as well. Yeah, our boy over here brought in a laptop and decided to play a Mirage while he's sitting there in the, in the smoke shop. Just got a customer here who's giving me a art request, paying me with a $25 Amazon gift card code. Hooray! Told him I'll get to you later, but right now I'm busy. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty smart, Durgan. Hell yeah. You sure your boss is not going to have oh, it's encouraged to bring your laptop and stuff? That's cool. Sucks though if you guys get robbed and then like that laptop gets fucking taken from you. So your owners better fucking cover that shit. And I'll be like, well, you didn't have to bring in your laptop, you know, so we're not technically supposed to cover that, or some bullshit loophole or whatever. So how you feeling over there, Ash? You feeling all well rested? Your brain's catching up. You trying to realize, oh shit, I'm not dreaming anymore. Gross, I'm back in the real world now. I don't know how the laptop can run. I tried having my laptop run, honestly, and Lord did not work. Well, I mean, Ash, they make laptops with different level of hardware, or different levels of hardware. So like, there's laptops that are as powerful as my current gaming PC with all the best parts on the market. It's just that the difference between a laptop and a computer is that laptops use micro hardware, whereas PCs use normal hardware. So unfortunately, with macro hardware, there's comes two problems a lot that laptops deal with in the long run. One, major degradation. Your parts break down a lot easier in a laptop. They're not meant to last. It's literally built to not last. I know it's fucked up, but that's just the truth of the matter. And second, maintenance upkeep is a lot more difficult. If you know what you're doing and taking apart a laptop, you can do it yourself. But the percentage of how much more people take a laptop into a store to get it clean versus like having a computer and just cleaning it yourself is a major higher in percentage. But it's because it's a lot easier. I mean, even someone like you who is starter level at computers, you're smart enough to know how to take the side panel off and then just take a can of air or like some fan thing that's really strong and then just air blow it out. Like unplug it, take it outside of your house and put it on the ground on your porch or something, and then just air blow it out. There you go. Bring it back inside, plug it back up, put the side panel back on. Voila. Oh yeah, but he's using cloud, that's right. Yeah, cloud gaming is interesting. It just sucks when like their servers are not working correctly, or if you have shitty internet connection, then you get fucked over because of it. Yeah. Yeah, the servers handle it for you, and they just like show you a screen recording of it. It just lags a bit sometimes, but honestly, it's better than not being able to play it all. Yeah, you got something. That's for it. Nvidia offers something like a cloud gaming service for them as well. I think they got like a couple hundred games offered through their cloud service. Honestly, there's a lot of people that think that that's going to become the future. I'm just more like old school. Like I'd rather just have the hardware that can play it directly. That way, if you have a game installed on your computer, you don't need internet to play it, and your computer can handle it fine. You know. Occasionally they'll have really bad input delay, but 90% of the time it's fine. Yeah, that's tolerable though. I mean, at least your shop has decent internet, you know? To learn the computer. It's good for people that can't afford the latest hardware. Yes, and that's the point I was making there. Like, a lot of people think it's going to become the future of gaming, pretty much. Especially with the how more and more expensive computers are becoming. So if you're fortunate enough to have a somewhat decent computer to play, you know, stuff out there with at least mid-grade graphics or higher, you know, you're one of the fortunate ones. My rule of thumb is like the golden rule of thumb for me with owning a computer is this: so long as it can look better than a console, then I think you're doing well. As long as your games look better than a console than it would on console, then yeah, you're doing good. But because it's a cheap option, it has its issues, but it beats spending a ton of money. Yep, it's the trade-off. For sure. Another good fucking beat right here. God. Oh, we beat the last of Dead Space 2 earlier today. Graphics are fine, just don't HDMI the laptop to a TV. Why not, bro? I want to play it on that giant 60-inch fucking 4K smart television, man. May as well boot up Tarkov. I mean, shit, dude. I gotta start a whole fresh account and everything. That sucks. Not in the mood for that. There is ways to make it full screen it if you can force your computer to do it in the settings, but it doesn't look good though. The only time when a computer relatively looks okay on a TV is if it's a 4K TV and you're playing in 4K resolution. But even then, the input lag is the biggest issue, and the aspect ratio is still slightly off. I'm talking like 3-inch black borders on all sides. Ugh. It's like you're playing in a tunnel, trying to see. You're in a square box tunnel and you're trying to see the game from the far end of it. Like, what is going on over there? I think he's climbing up a wall. Now, for November though, we're gonna be getting some multiplayer games installed, but we're also going to be playing single-player games as well. We got the DLCs for AC Shadows and AC Mirage. I want to get into Battlefield 6. I guess I'll play Tarkov on the first week of it being out. See how it turns out. See how terrible it's going to be with the super long fucking waiting load times. Everyone's going to fucking complain. Nikita's going to be like, we don't need to buy more servers. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you do, man. Because now you're probably going to get millions of people coming in. I wouldn't say millions. You're probably going to get like 1 million people coming in. Where before you've never dealt with that size of an audience. And your mentality of, oh, we don't need to buy more servers. Oh, boy, buddy. Buddy. Say hello to 20-minute wait times, everyone, for a fucking game. What is that? What do I have to look forward to for the first week? This is why, and you know my rule about it, Dafari. I never fucking go out and do missions for, like, if I do start the first week of a wipe. Because generally, I don't start the first week of a wipe. I'll start by, like, the second week. But if I do start the first week, I don't do quests. At all. I just go fucking straight PvP. Rack up the dough, rack up some sets, get some gear, and then after the main rush gets through, then I'll be like the one taking my time and doing the quests behind them. It's like when the movie is slowly losing its black border, but it's edging the entire... Come on, come on, come on. Ah, boy. Yes, we finished up with Dead Space 2 earlier today, and then afterwards I made some homemade chicken pot pie. was delicious. I ended up deboning an entire rotisserie chicken and stripping all the meat off of it, and then I took the carcass and the skin, put it to the side. And I chopped up some carrots, some celery, and some onions. Took all the vegetable cuttings out west of the waist and put it off to the side. Put it all into a pot of water, boiled it away, made homemade chicken stock. Threw in some bay leaf, some thyme, and rosemary as well, so give it some extra flavor. Put that in a big container, put it in the fridge. Use that for some cooking later on. And took the celery, took the carrots, took the onions. Started sauteing it in some butter and white wine. And a little bit of olive oil. Then I put in some minced garlic. And then threw in the chicken. Threw in some frozen peas. Put in some milk. A little bit more butter. And some half and half. And a little bit of cornstarch that was mixed in with the milk. And cooked it in. Let it simmer. Reduce until it got to like a sauce consistency. Little bit of thickness to it, you know. Got some dough, put it into a big old glass rectangular pan, or you know, glass dish. I'm a double layered dough type of guy. I know some people like their chicken pot pies with just a layer of crust on the top, and then they just bake the filling in a dish underneath it. I like to put a lining of dough at the bottom of the dish and then put the pie filling in and then put another layer of dough on top of it so it's like an enclosed triangular slice or square slice of pie. What about you guys? Are you guys like the one layer on top or the double layer top and bottom chicken pot pie type of person? I gotta have me that double layer, man. I want my pie to be enclosed with the filling, right? But yeah. I'm not a pot pie girl. Oh, Ash. Have you ever tried actual good pot pie, though? Like chicken or turkey pot pie? It's one of those comfort foods for the cold weather, and it's just, Especially when it's homemade. I mean, like, yeah, some frozen ones are okay, but you can't beat the real thing. Yeah, put that all into a pan, and I went back out to my garden again and clipped off some more rosemary and some more thyme and some oregano. Tied it up into a little string, tossed it into the pan so it'll simmer those flavors away. Some salt and pepper, a little bit of onion powder. I wish I had mushrooms. I didn't have any mushrooms, though. That's how we do our pie, is like a bowl layer and then a layer on top. Yeah, see, that's a traditional pie right there. You're making me hungry again, bro. Good. But yeah, then laid out a dish with a lining of dough for the bottom, filled it up with the pie filling, and then put the layer of dough on top. 3 slits in the middle, a little bit of egg wash on the crust or on the dough, so it can get nice golden brown and flaky. See, Ash, I'd want you to try my pot pie, and then if you didn't like it, then all right, fair enough. But I think you would enjoy it. I make some pretty fucking dank pot pie, all right? Then again, I'm pretty decent at cooking, if I don't say so myself. So I've had people who were viewers of mine who've come by, like Ivan and whatnot, and try out multiple dishes of mine now, and he's like, oh, bro, you're fucking delicious. Thank you. I only have $5. I can't afford to be hungry right now. What, I don't got no $5 deals on any fucking restaurants around here? Little $5 meal, like, you know, special. Little $5 bundle or something. Yeah, I like, for when it comes down to meat pies, I only really like chicken pot pie and shepherd's pie. I don't really like beef pot pie and stuff like that. I just rather would have some beef stew and then some fresh baked bread to have with it with a little butter. And I would definitely like make my own butter. Just buy a little container of buttermilk and then just like whisk that, like churn it until the butter separates. Put it on some cheesecloth, let it drip dry a little. Sprinkle some salt and keep folding it into itself until it's nice and lightly whipped. Like, you know, when you go to the cheesecake factory or the spaghetti factory and they give you that freshly whipped butter with those warm bread rolls. Like, oh my God. It can't be beat, man. It can't be beat. I need gas, and that's what my $5 are for. Okay. I have food at home, which is why I said right now. Well, what's waiting for you at home? We have some solid Wagyu peppercorn steak meat pies with a delish gravy sauce. That does sound pretty good. I would give it a try. Yeah. Been laying off of the fast food a bit here for like the past 2 weeks now. Just cooking a lot more at home. I need to get some groceries though again because fortunately we're doing okay with our food situation, although I hear November is going to be a potentially bumpy month, especially for a lot of people on food stamps. Apparently 20,000 people across the nation are going to get cut. Everyone's making it seem like it's getting cut for everyone, and it's like that's not the case. It's only getting cut for 20,000 people who are deemed like you can be working or something like that from what I was reading. If you're physically able to go and like but I don't know the criteria 100% of which 20,000 people are going to get cut off of it, but it's causing all hysteria now, apparently. From the source that I was reading, although I'm not going to 100% say that it's the whole truth because I don't know, but like from the sources that I was reading, it was saying like it's mainly going to fall upon able-bodied people who have been known to be able to go find work for over an extended period of time, but still haven't gone out to get work or changed their status of their work employment or something like that, and those people are going to be targeted to be removed off of food stamps for the month of November or some shit. Now, whatever that means for able-bodied in regards to what the government dictates for that, I don't know, but there was this TikTok of a lady getting mad that her food stamps card couldn't pay for her nails anymore. I'm like wondering, how the fuck are you able to use them for nails anyways? But then I realized that has to be the nail business themselves that has some type of like marketing transaction, you know, company or something that they're falsely labeling their company under to allow them to receive food stamps as a payment. And the reason why I think that that's the case is because when weed first became legal here in Oregon, none of these weed companies and stores were allowed to have debit cards be used. That was the one thing with the law that said, like, they cannot allow debit cards to be used for payment. They have to accept cash in all of them. So there was this one weed business in one of the local towns around us that was allowing people to use debit cards, and their influx of sales was happening so much more. Somebody that I knew personally was working there, and I asked them, like, on the side when they got off work, like, how the fuck are you guys able to accept it? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of low-key. We're kind of keeping that a secret, or quiet about that, but basically we have to, like, register our business to be labeled as a certain type of business, which then allows additional options of payment to be used for our business. And so they labeled themselves as some type of, like, garden center store or something, like a gardening store, instead of like a drug/alcohol supply store, you know. And that's what the loophole was that allowed them. But then they eventually got caught, so then they had to remove their debit card transactions, and so they went back to like cash only, just like everybody else. And it's still like that to this day. I kind of wonder, like, why has Oregon made that a part of the law? Like, you can't use, like, debit card agencies and whatnot to have customers pay for their weed. But hey, it's one of the few things I actually pull money out to go pay for, so I guess it's kind of nice to still feel a little old school, I guess, in that regard. Wow, I actually am pulling out money from an ATM to go pay for something instead of just using card for everything or purchasing it online. When you think about it. It's the people buying tons of candy and junk that needs to be cut off. See, that falls onto the restrictions of what the government needs to put on for food stamps, though, which is what Robert Kennedy's been trying to do. He's been trying to make it to where, like, certain foods cannot be bought with food stamps, I guess. But at the same time, I am an open market person. But then again, this is a situation where, like, yeah, but you're not using your money. You're using money that's given to you with the intent of certain qualifications and rules you have to follow for assistance. And so, like, what I was going to say, like, you should be free to buy whatever the fuck you want when it comes down to food, but yes, you should with your money, but that's not your money. That's the government's money. So I get it. And so that means that if the government needs to put restrictions on, like, how food stamps can be used to buy certain goods. I think, like, there's already certain categories of which foods in grocery stores fall under SNAP benefits, where people who are on food stamps can buy it for cheaper than someone who's buying it with cash. That's not on food stamps. See, I think having some of that is all right, but the people only buying junk food shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah, but then again, at the same time, like, can you really blame them when trying to buy healthier foods is significantly more expensive, and they're purposely, and, like, those greedy ass fucking companies do that shit on purpose? Can they really blame them, though, at that point, that they're going to buy the more processed food options, the less healthier options, buying frozen and canned vegetables instead of fresh vegetables? Like, and I also get it. It also depends where you live. You know, that plays a factor into it. Some places in the country, food is a lot cheaper than others, but some of it is all right, honestly. I'm not saying they can't have any, but to only buy that is like, bro. Yeah, like when you see the pictures where all they have is fucking Pop-Tarts and chips and several liters of soda and fucking Insta bullshit, etc. Although I'm not gonna lie, though, back then when I was in my college days, some of those $1 rice and noodle packages were perfect if you threw in just a little bit of canned meat or some vegetables and shit like that, or some canned veggies, and just make yourself a little all-around meal. Hey, I buy instant ramen, no shame. Oh, hell no. Like, no shame at all. That's a staple food right there for people who are struggling. I'm a Maruchan kind of guy. I fucked with Nissan a little bit too, but I like Maruchan a lot more. Creamy chicken. That was my go-to. If not normal chicken, but creamy chicken. Oh my god. I will buy, like, when I refill up on my Shin, because I get the bougie shit now. I get the higher end stuff. I get the Shin ramen, and I get the mie goreng Indonesian ramen. But once in a while when I go to the grocery store and I see that they have some creamy chicken Maruchan, where before I'd buy, you know how they come in those cardboard trays? Yeah, I was the kind of person, I'd take a whole cardboard tray, and that would be like a month's supply for me back during like my early 20s to mid 20s. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? But back then they were like fucking 50 cents a pack, you know? So you were spending like less than $5 for that whole entire cardboard tray of them that came with, what, 12 of them? Something like that? Or 24? I think it was 24. I think there's 12 on both sides. So, but I'd get like the plastic rectangular packs because you would get more noodles in that, and then I'd just like get the $1 frozen pack of veggies and then some canned chicken or something. Boom, there you go. And if I didn't want to put extra stuff in it, I would just have straight noodles and make it a little bit more of a saucy consistency instead of soupy. But yeah. Only getting chips and soda is not the struggle bus, so yeah. Fucking candy, getting Pop-Tarts, getting fucking toaster strudels, find a bunch of fucking cookies. That's what I sent my mother to do with the styrofoam cups. Yeah, the styrofoam cups aren't too bad. It's a little bit more convenient, you know. Just fill it up with some water, cook it in the microwave. When I felt fancy, I had to get a box of mac and cheese and a pack of diced ham. Bro, that was me right there, dude. No joke. I'd get the Velveeta shells and cheese. I'd get a fucking can of Spam. And I'd get some frozen broccoli. And I'd just cook that up all together. There you go. Some fucking cheddar broccoli mac and cheese with diced Spam that I, like, diced and cooked up in a side pan with some butter or some shit. You can't make them in the microwave. What, the styrofoam cup ones? If you're talking about the styrofoam cup ones, fuck yeah, you can. What are you talking about? Bro, that was me all the time back in high school. I get the styrofoam cup, fill it up halfway with some water, put it in my microwave, and let it cook. But you can't, you're right, you can't really do that with, I mean, fuck, I'll probably get cancer then later, but I mean, all of us were doing that shit. Come on, am I the only one here that was doing that? I know you're supposed to pour hot water into it and put the lid down and shit, but like, bruh. I'd be straight up putting that shit in my fucking microwave, alright? And it would cook, alright? No joke. The styrofoam didn't melt or fall apart unless if I cooked it for like 5 or 6 minutes, but you're only putting it in there for like 2 minutes. Styrofoam's gonna hold together. But you're definitely gonna get a lot of that shit seeping into your soup. When I was a kid, I didn't give a shit. You know, like, whatever. But everybody I fucking knew was cooked it like that too. But if you're trying to like not seep microplastics into your food, I'm pretty sure boiling hot water that you're getting from a water like kettle thing or that you boiled on your stove in a pot and then poured into that styrofoam, it's still gonna make the styrofoam seep into your noodles and your soup, you know. There's no way to avoid it except for just don't eat it in the styrofoam cup. But I didn't get styrofoam cups that often to begin with. Like I said, I got the actual like rectangular plastic wrapped ones, and then I take it out of the plastic and put it into a pan of water and like boil it. So I think out of the entirety of my high school and college years, I've only ever ate out of the styrofoam cup ones less than 100 times, less than 50. Because that's when I started to eat them out of styrofoam cups. It was during the high school and college years. But for the majority of it, since I was a little kid growing up until like my mid-20s when I would eat Maruchan, it was, yeah, the rectangular plastic wrap ones. Shit, man, we had a house party. No joke. Be like freshman year of college, we'd be at a house party. One of my friends is throwing, and I know them personally, so I got to crash there throughout the night while everyone else has to get the fuck out. Morning time, I'm getting fucking hungry, and I'm like, bro, you got something to eat? And he's like, yeah, bro. I get some of those styrofoam cup ramens out of my pantry and fill them with some water and toss them in the microwave. All right, bro, I got you. You know, that's what we did. Like, no, we didn't think about that. We didn't give a fuck. Meanwhile, here I am getting into my 40s, and I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, I got fucking microplastic cancer. Love you guys. You know, it's nice knowing y'all. I'm going to die now. But no, there's not a living being on this earth that doesn't have, unless you're on some isolated island somewhere, I guess. But if you're in any part of the world that has processed foods, eaten processed foods, every single person on this earth who's eaten processed foods at some point, which I'm sure we all fucking have, we've got microplastics in our body. I think the FDA was saying something about that like a couple years back. Like there's not a single person in the United States that does not have microplastics in their bloodstream from their diet, consuming it based on how packaging is, how, you know, just so on and so forth, how we handle our foods, the shit that they get heated up in, cooked in, so on and so forth. We all got it in our body. Ain't it sad? To think over 100 years ago that was never a problem with anybody. Ah, boy. You want to know what's even worse? Of eating ramen out of the styrofoam cup when you're heating it up in a microwave is the fact that there was this thing called the ramen burrito that some of us in high school were making back then, where we take the ramen out of the styrofoam cup, crush it up into little tiny pieces, and then lay it on a napkin, sprinkle the seasoning into the dry noodles, and then we'd like fold the ends of the napkin and roll it up into like a burrito with the napkin, and then make the napkin all wet in the sink, and then we'd microwave it like that so it would steam the ramen. And then when it was done cooking, we'd unwrap the napkin, and the ramen would be like in a solid shape, but moist and like soft. And the seasoning would be more intense or concentrated. And it would just be in the shape of a burrito. We could like unfold the napkin back, the more we would eat it down. Talk about some ghetto ass shit, dude. Like, and we called it a ramen burrito. No fucking joke, dude. Be cooking it wrapped up in those fucking paper towel napkins, like those Bounty paper towels, damp with water. But you know what? Despite all that, I feel like I turned out all right. Ain't growing a third nipple or anything anywhere from weird radiation, cancer, bullshit, whatever, etc., etc. I'm hungry and it's your fault. Good. My dad showed me how to make that when he got out of prison. Yeah, that's... That exactly what we were saying, dude. Like, yeah, my cousin of mine taught me this when he got out of prison and shit. Oh, dude, straight up a prison transition food right there. That's wild. Yeah, another one was straight up just like tuna, a tuna prison tuna casserole. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's like it's tuna put into a Tupperware, crushed up ramen noodles. I throw an egg in, whisk it up into it, squirt it with mustard, put the season pack in, mix it all together, and they put it in like a fucking microwave and just heat it up like that. And I'm just like, ugh. But a lot of the fucking guys that are working out all the time, they need that protein, you know? It's like, give it to me. Like, so it's just fucking vomit food, you know, just mixed together in a Tupperware container. Disgusting. Like, it's prison, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm like, I guess, man. I wouldn't know. I never been to it. I've never gone to prison, so I wouldn't know. And I hope to never be in prison, so, you know. At least I don't plan to ever try and be in prison. Next thing you know, after I say that, fucking got the FBI just banging on my door. FBI, open up! What'd I do? Fuck, if you guys saw that, because that's happened on streams before, and there's videos that have popped up on the internet for people who straight up just got swatted. Oh, you motherfucker. I look towards my window. Ugh! Thanks, Ash. You only got me because I was rubbing my eye and I wasn't paying attention, okay? So naturally I was like, oh. Yeah, who's knocking on my window at 3 a.m.? Because I'm about to go pull a gun out. So someone's knocking on my window like that at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm pulling the pistol out. Who the fuck is it? Ha! Yeah, ha. You so funny. No, but seriously, like, if you guys saw me straight up, like, a bunch of police officers just barging in on the stream and like arrest me on the camera, how would you guys react to that? She was nice knowing you, Tech. I mean, fuck, what could you do? There's nothing you could do, but how would you guys react to that? Like, what the fuck? Careful, Jamal, don't pull out the 9. Why does it gotta be Jamal? Come on, Durgan. Oh, man. Unless you're quoting a movie or something. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Careful, Jamal, don't pull out the 9 or something like that. Like some whitey ass nerd fucking voice type of like voiceover. It's like, damn, David, why is it gotta be whitey ass? Hey, I'm just saying, the super white typical nerd voice. Careful, Jamal, don't pull out the 9. You gotta remember, I'm half white too, and I'm half nerdy ass white boy as well. So I'm semi-quoting myself. Except I was just like the nerdy Asian boy growing up in school. The nerdy Asian looking boy that sounded like a white guy that threw everybody off all the time. I remember there was this one time when I was in the FFA and I low-key had to learn that the advisor of the other school's branch that we were going to was racist. Because my advisor needed me to relay a message to him and told me to, like, call him on his cell because our advisor was busy and his hands were, like, busy, like, handling equipment and stuff. And so, like, I talked to the other advisor on the phone, and then later on when we went over to that school, my advisor, like, introduced me to him and was like, oh, yeah, he's the one that I had call you to tell you about, you know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that was you? I was like, yeah, that was me. And he's like, oh, you totally don't sound at all, or you totally don't look at all as what you sound, you know? I was expecting you, anyways, and he cut off. I was like, and I was thinking to myself, but I'm like a fucking junior in high school at the time. I'm like, you're expecting me to be white? Like, what? What was that sentence gonna end like? I was expecting you to be white or something? Come on, man. Like, oh, that was you. You don't look at all like how you sound. I was expecting you to, yeah. So, you know, he just nonchalant changed the sentence up. I was like, okay. But I kind of had a feeling that school branch was a bit racist because, like, even when we were getting ready to leave, some of the FFA students, which were, you know, a couple of white kids, and we were leaving and stuff, and they, like, saw me, and they were, like, saying Mexican insults at me, mocking me, thinking I was Mexican, and then I, like, turned to them, and I was like, are you guys talking to me? Yeah, who else would we be talking to, you fucking Mexican racist comment? And then I'm like, I'm not even fucking Mexican, you dumb hicks. Like, if you're gonna fucking insult me, at least note the fuck I am. What are you? And I'm like, I'm Filipino. What's that? And I'm just like, and I just shook my head and walked away. But you know what? Racism exists in all races. And you know what's funny? Despite a lot of people around me who are, like, on the extremist end of emphasizing so much on racism that I've associated with and think that white people are the most racist people around, from my personal experience, they're not. You want to know who the most racist motherfuckers were in my life growing up? It was other Filipinos against me because I was only half Filipino. Oh, yeah. Not knowing how to speak the language, straight up telling me I don't deserve to be called a Filipino because, you know, you don't fucking know our culture. You weren't raised and born in the Philippines. It's like there's an actual separate terminology that's, like, made for us, which is like, it's not as taboo as, like, the N-word per se, but it's semi-taboo. And instead, like, because Filipinos refer to themselves as Pinoy, but for people who are not, like, accepted fully into the culture, who aren't full Filipino, pure Filipinos, which I laugh at because, like, what is a pure Filipino? Filipino is a multi-Asian cultural mix. All of them are. It's Spaniard mixed with all of the different Asian descents that were in the area at the time of when the Spaniards were conquering them, which was Malaysia, China, Thai, like, and eventually later on in the 1940s and whatnot, when World War II was getting involved, and then Japan was starting to go around and spread a little bit with their influence, and they were conquering the Philippines, then Japanese was starting to get mixed into the culture. So what the fuck is a pure Filipino? Like, please elaborate that to me. That's what I say to these people. But basically, if you're not full Filipino, if you have any European descent or of non-Filipino mix with your Filipino side, you're called Tisoy. Tisoy instead of Pinoy. And that's how they, like, differentiate us in, like, society and Filipino society and separate us with our own name, which, like I said, it's not as bad as, like, the full-on N-word, but it's kind of, like, on similar track with that. It's just not at that point. And it's fucked up. I've had Filipinos come into my stream, tell me, like, take off your Filipino tag, take off your Pinoy tag, blah, 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 because you're fucking half white, or, like, oh, you don't know how to speak Tagalog, which is, like, the main dialect of the Philippines. Well, one of the two main dialects. It's the more predominant one, but yeah. And I'm like, damn, dude. And then I throw back some logic in their face. So some German guy that just randomly walks up and starts speaking Tagalog, is he Filipino all of a sudden? Do you accept him into your culture? Well, no, he's not born. I'm like, oh, but wait, you said if I don't know the language, therefore I'm not Filipino. So learning the language now all of a sudden makes you qualified to be a Filipino? Like, what? Fuck you, you fucking just so. I'm like, okay, bro. All right. Well, nice knowing you. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, now I understand. Well, what's up, Tafari? With what I was saying or what Durgan's saying? I assume they just mean anyone born and raised there. Yeah, and I get that. Mexicans could be the same way. From some of my Mexican friends who were born here and then like they go back to Mexico because that's where their parents were from and they stick around there and they go into the cities, and people who are like native to the place, like they shake their heads at him like, you're not Mexican, you know, blah, blah, blah. I remember a few times seeing Tisoy in chat. I never understood what it meant. That's what it means. Like that's why people who came in and would call me that. Like that's what it meant. It was yeah, exactly. It was when like it would only be when like certain Filipinos would come in here once or twice, maybe 3 times a year and say that shit to me. Like, and there was a time where it was happening like during my 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th year of streaming. I just started having that happen once in a while in my stream. And now you're remembering some of those moments where they come in, they just straight up call me like, you fucking Tisoy, and I'm just like you're not fucking Filipino. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And I looked them up and they're like a full Filipino streamer or like a Filipino person. I'm like take the Pinoy tag off, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, damn, dude, that's fucking wild. So, yeah. That's why whenever I've had people come in here and say, like, oh, white people are the most racist people. No, I stand up for white people. Like, I don't give a... They're not the most racist people around. Trust me. Like... And to be honest, like, or the people with the mentality of, like, oh, the United States is one of the most racist countries in the world. I'm like, how do you... What? The very foundation of how we enact, you know, immigrants to come here, legally speaking, of course, and like be a part of our system. That's the least racist fucking thing you could do. Like, you want to experience true racism, go to any other part of the world, and don't assimilate into their culture and just act like a bigot and like your own way, your typical American ignorance. Have that attitude, they will kick your ass out in a heartbeat. There was a situation recently, like a couple years ago, where this black lady was saying that very narrative, like, oh, the United States is one of the most racist fucking countries in the world. I'm going to prove it by going over to Russia and living there. Let that sink in for a moment. So she moves there. Moves into an apartment complex. Literal Russians were disgusted over the fact that a black woman was living in their apartment, and they started to forcefully break into her apartment, pull her and her child out of it, and throw her out into the street and like rip her furniture and everything and like tossing it out the window, breaking it, throwing it out, beating her up. She calls the police, the Russian police. They come around. They help the tenants remove her from the building and throw her shit out instead of helping her. Like, it's like, that's real racism right there. Granted, like, she was being typical American ignorant attitude and like wouldn't assimilate respectfully to the culture. They have black people that live there. It's plenty. But the fact is that she brought it upon herself even more because she was acting like a typical ignorant, arrogant American and not assimilating to their culture in ways and like living their lifestyle. And that's what kind of brought more of the heat down upon her. And boom, they ended up doing that. It's like, so what was that again about the United States being one of the most racist countries in the world? Yeah, I bet you really wish that you never fucking left over to Russia, huh? Yeah. Dumb bitch. I don't even feel bad for saying that. Like, you're a fucking dumb bitch, all right? I'm sorry. And you brought it upon yourself. So there you go. Thanks for proving the point that we're not. So you're a living experiment for us to see the proof. It's like, jeez, man. Well, I say to anybody who, like, exercises the very freedoms that they think that they are losing with a whole sense of, like, oh, you know, we have a dictator, we have a king who's not a president. I'm like, the very fact that you're even protesting shows that we don't have a king, clearly, in charge of this country, or else you would be fucking silenced by the Gestapo and taken away. Your very freedom of exercising the right to bitch and complain about the very liberties that you get to have is why this country is one of the better countries in the world. It's not the best. Far from being the best. But we're definitely one of the better ones, okay? And if you hate it so much here, I'm going to borrow this narrative. You hate it so fucking much here, kindly leave, you know? Like, or give up your citizenship. If that could be a thing, give up your citizenship to an immigrant who is trying their hardest to get in here the legal way, and let them have a slot to try and, like, make a better life here in America, you know? Because there are a ton of people who desperately want to be here and are trying their darndest to get in here the legal way so they can enjoy the freedoms of what the quote-unquote free world has to offer. And I digress, but you get my point. And what do you know? I don't look white saying this. Holy crap. oh. That's when the crowd goes, ooh. It's like, what do you know? People, look at me. My skin color is not technically white. Like, I may sound white, though. But I'm half white. And I'm proud to say that I'm half white. I don't have any shame in it. Just as much as I'm proud to say that I'm half Filipino. I got the best of both worlds, baby. Australia's pretty intense for racism. Super multicultural. It's everyone at each other. How often is crazy fights breaking out? People beating the shit out of each other or whatever? Or is it just mainly verbal? I just had a customer that just didn't want to hear me. No. It's like, sorry, would you like, huh? What? What did you say? I was saying, do you want her? What? What do you want, bro? Do you want to buy this or that? What are you talking about? What? Are you deaf? I can't escape it. I'm never gonna make it out of this in time. I guess that's just fine. Alright, cheers, everyone. Oh, man, dude. Beyond verbal, it gets violent. Damn, dude. Here's the grim reality about racism. It's always going to exist. Now, do I believe there's systemic racism? No. I think that's a fabrication, personally, and people buy off of that lie. But does racism exist in our culture of the United States? Damn right it does. That's never going to go away. So, in order to try and counterbalance it out, we just have to do better with teaching our generation to accept the difference of different cultures and learn that it's okay to be whatever the fucking background you're from. But guess what? At least in the sense of the United States, we're all Americans here, okay? We're all here to work together as well as try to better our lives and hopefully the lives of our future generations. So let's just cooperate and work together. Regardless of what your background is, you do what you want in the privacy of your own home. Worship who you want. Fuck who you want. I don't care. This is me saying this. Like, I don't care who or what you fuck. I don't care who or what you believe in. I don't care who or what you eat or wear, whatever that's within normal parameters of what's accepted out in society. You do you. Okay? As long as you're not imposing on the civil liberties, freedoms, and safety of another person, then go have fun. That's what being here is for. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. In regards to whatever you're interested in, just don't fucking shove it down my throat if I'm not interested in it. I'm always interested in, like, being introduced to things or somebody wanting to express their thoughts or what they think and feel about something. I'm a very open listening person. Like, I accept, like, I will hear you if you want to talk about whatever. I will chill and enjoy myself with you and whatnot, you know? But you start going onto that aggressive side of just, like, you know, you're trying to try a little too hard and want to impose something onto me when I express I'm not interested, then, yeah, then we're going to have a problem. Was Maury came in and just said, Indica, me. Okay, what do you want, a pre-roll or some flour? Indica. Maybe he didn't really understand English. Or maybe he's just straight up trolling your ass, bro. Like, he's... Imagine some of these fuckers come in and they just... That's how they get their kick, man. They look like a crackhead, so they play the part of a crackhead without really being a crackhead. And they just... they just try to put you in the most awkward situation of like, okay. This is indica. Pre-roll, flour, indica. Okay, how about the indica? Here you go, man. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, man. Dude. Dafari. I know this is going to appeal to your generation as well as mine here. And maybe to these youngins as well, but... Like, Durgan and Ash over here. But, dude, Scary Movie 6, bro. With the Wayne brothers back in control of it and running the movie this time. Keenan and Ivory Wayans are back, and they're going to be making a Scary Movie. And they said, word per word, we're bringing back that original style of comedy in this. I'm like, bro. Bro. Yes, for real. 110% for real. Both of them are like, we're opening, like, we're going to bring back that old comedy. We ain't holding back. Like, I'm just like, oh shit, dude. I gotta go to the movies and watch that, man. That's gonna be fucking wild, dude. Because I think they gave up the rights to their movie after the third one, and then like the studios had just been like running it up to like number 5, or was it after the second movie, something like that. The second or third movie, they sold it. Actually, they didn't sell it. They actually, yeah, I remember now. They didn't sell it, dude. The fucking studio took it from them. Pulled off some sketchy bullshit, and they lost the rights to their movie. But then, like, after all these years, they got like the legal shit done, and they got their rights back to having control of that IP again for themselves. I was like, hell yeah, bro. But dude, Scary Movie 6, man, run by the Wayne brothers, bringing back that original comedy. I'm just like, oh man, yes. This is gonna be fucking wild. I'm all for it. You know the internet's gonna go fucking wild, man, and have a field day over that. But they don't care. They literally were like, we don't fucking care. Their family with some behind the scenes footage about them with Keenan and Ivory. Some of their family fucking despises them and won't invite them to family events anymore because they just don't hold back on the humor and being like the inner, like, not just like straight sexual, just having that dark humor, which is hilarious at the same time, but like they always crack the jokes. Even at a fucking funeral, man, they're cracking jokes about the dead person, like to each other with people hearing them around them. I'm just like, dude. It's like that's just how they are, man. Like they can't help it. That's their vibe. They just crack jokes all day, every day, man. That's how they are. I'm gonna put on this one instead. Melancholy Hill. Oh, I'm just looking forward to that release date. Like, yo, when's it happening, man? Up on Melancholy Hill, there's a plastic tree. Are you here with me? Eventually was like, I want a pre-roll indica, and I was like, okay, well, do you want one of our cheaper ones or with the wax indica? Okay, man, here's this cheap pre-roll. He was like, I want a pre-roll indica. I was like, okay, well, do you want one of our cheaper ones or the one with the wax indica? Okay, man, here's this cheap pre-roll. Have a good morning. Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's just like, I think the skill on that, if I was going to be in a smoke shop, because I almost considered working in a weed shop before, like, I got the license for it and everything back when I was in my mid-20s. It just didn't fall through, unfortunately. But I kind of was like thinking to myself, how would I be with customers? And that was, at the time, I would remind myself, I think it's just more so reading the customer themselves. If they're like some older or like bum-looking person, not that I'm saying older people look like bums, I'm just categorizing them together. Like if they're like a bum-looking person or an older person or like someone who's just not quite all there, go as basic as possible. If they're coming in looking like, okay, you look like you know what you're doing, you look like you're a steady, sound mind person, or even if they're bougie looking, then you start to go out. You bring out all the inventory. Like, yeah, you want some of this like specialized stuff right here? We got some of this one, you know. Hopefully we entrust that the customer would know what the fuck they want when they come into the goddamn store, but, you know, one can hope. He looked put together. Oh. Has anybody got a song to put on? Any requests from any of you out there? Something to put on? D40, let me check. Right, well, we got this good thinking music on right now. For the side. I'll probably will be going for about another 20-30 minutes because it's going to be 4 o'clock in the morning at that point, so. So feel free, anyone, to jump in. Yes, yes. When I'm clowning. By who? Who's that by? Yeah, I'm typing that in right now. There's like 4 different artists with that next to that. ICP. Okay. I see what you got for us, Dirk. I've not heard this before. Is this the remix? I don't know if, or no. Or is this a, it said like official. This music video is interesting. This gives me like the vibe of it gives me like the Offspring. Oh no, sorry. Not the Offspring. Some Sum 41 mixed with hip hop. For some reason. That's what my mind goes to when I hear this. Like a more tamer Sum 41 mixed with hip hop, yeah. That's what my mind's thinking. Oh, this is the remix. Oh, is it? Yeah, I don't listen to this part. Yeah, he's kind of like off tune for the beat. Was this Danny Brown? Oh, the remix is adding a beat in this last part. Gotcha. Like, his lyrics weren't bad, but I just feel like his rhythm was off delivering it for Danny Brown's part. Before this guy is the original song. Gotcha. Well, that wasn't too bad. Like, I like the beat. It was different for me. Something new. But I don't think it was bad, though. I have to listen to it a little bit more for me to kind of get more situated into it and like feel for it a bit. But for a first time introduction to ICP, that wasn't too bad. I've heard of them before, but yeah, I've never listened to them though. That's why I don't listen to it. It just doesn't fit. Hey, he just needs that shout out though, man. He needs that feature. They're trying to just boost. Let's go. Let's collaborate. Oh, I didn't know it was a first time intro. For me, yeah. least I don't recall ever listening to ICP out of all my years. I don't think anybody's ever requested them before. If they did, and I don't remember. Like I said, I've heard of them before, though. When I'm clowning. God, I'm not used to fucking monitors. Big ass monitors. Hocus Pocus is a better intro. All I got is this because I'm baked. Oh, thanks, Defari. Good choice. You just feel it all around, bro. Did I introduce you into the song, or did you find it out? Like, Portlandia uses it as their intro. But a lot of people got introduced to this song from Portlandia. I found it from the band itself, though. I wasn't a part of the Posers. Posers! I suspect we'll probably beat Dead Space 3 and hopefully by Sunday at the latest, at the rate that I've been going. And then we'll still have the final week of October from the 27th to the 31st. I'll probably play Visage next. I would like to play a horror multiplayer game with some of you, like if anybody's interested. But I'm kind of wondering, like, what do we play, though? There are the Left 4 Dead games, which are always a classic one to go back to. But there's a couple of other like horror games that are like four people, you know, 1v4 type of stuff, etc., etc. But if not, then I'll probably play Visage next. Maybe. I think this is the first time in a long time for Horror Month where I kind of wished I was able to squeeze in more games for horror. And I wish I wasn't going to come to an end because I have a lot more new horror titles that I didn't get to try out. But also, like, I don't stream as long as I used to. And that's why we were able to squeeze in a lot more titles on average back then. Yeah, I can't remember where I found this. It was DITC, digging in the crate, so to speak. Gotcha. It's like when you're looking through records and whatnot, albums on the record covers and etc. It's like, what do we got in these crates when you're going through garage sales and shit like that? Music stores. Like, what are we going to find in here? Oh man, I gotta smoke this. You're already baked as it is. Like, fuck, now I gotta fucking toke another one. If I gotta. Alright. I gotta get some more of Cheetos' scenes done. I'll probably do that for like another hour or two after I wrap up the stream. Then I'll be going to bed by like 6 a.m. I'd be down if you tell me what game in advance, because I'm using the laptop now. I mean, Left 4 Dead 2, that's definitely one. Real, someone asked what tune you wanted to smoke to. Cypress, any day. Sparks another bowl. Or Illusions. For Illusions. I already have, brother. I'm ready. Cheers. There's never enough hours in a day, man. One of these nights by Eagles. Ooh. That's one I have not listened to in a while. Classic. You're gonna get me on an Eagles fucking vibe right now, man. What are you doing? This is my childhood right here, growing up.
The full moon is calling, the fever is high, and the
Oh man, now I want Witchy Woman. I want to sing along, but I don't want to ruin it. Oh, welcome in, Durgan. These types of vibes are in my rotation too. When you were talking about Paul McCartney earlier with like Band on the Run, I was like, yeah, dude, I've listened to that shit on stream too, man. I've been in that mood as well. I'm so glad Assassin's Creed added the follow road feature. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, it definitely made the traveling a lot better. Of course, you still had to go do manual exploring if you wanted to get the whole map revealed and whatnot, but yeah. This is literally some of the questionable shit I watch on Instagram when I pop up on my phone and and it's playing like the RuneScape music and everything. I'm a gamer, okay? If it's not this, then it's some fucking raunchy AI bullshit, fucking stupid ass videos. Davari Nook fucking knows. Or, some Indian fucking street food shit, you know, that's pretty much like what my rotation is. If not, then it's cute cat and dog videos. And the occasional, oh, that's a sweet quote, or like, oh, that's a very inspirational quote. That's my algorithms. And gamer culture shit. That's it. That's Instagram. And TikTok is like 50% politics / 50% games, even though I don't really follow much politics. Like, yeah, I might like a video occasionally once in a while, but like... On X, it's just nothing but stupid ass trigger engagement post. Oh, how many of this is in this picture? Oh, bet you can't spell the word that only has F in the beginning and K in the end. Like, bet you can't figure out what word this is. It's like... Or showing you like, okay, there's 4 food items. One has to go. Stuff like that. That's literally my entire X feed. I was like... Like I said, I need a calm vibe for my late night crackheads. It puts Freebird on again. Oh no. Dude, my buddy Bob is one of my mods. I haven't seen him in a bit, but we kind of like team up, me and the Green Up crew, you know, once a year, every now and again, for a couple weeks here and there. My buddy Bob, though, fucking hates that song, Freebird. He lives in Ohio. He's also like traditional rural American lifestyle raised, you know. Just listening to that song so many times growing up, and he's just like, I'm tired of it. I hate that fucking song. Won't you fly, free bird, yeah. Fucking, oh man, he's like, shut that shit, shut that fucking shit off. I love you, Bob. I love you. Miss you, man. Let me put on something. Hang on. Oh, actually, hold on. Fari said witchy woman, so I can put on that one. Damn, it's already 4 o'clock in the morning. No. Yeah, cheers to Fari. Actually, I gotta pack up another one.
Raven hair and ruby lips, sparks fly from her fingertips, echoed voices in the night. She's a
You ever watching a cutscene and go, alright, I can't pay attention to this, and skip through it? Not really. I think if I do feel like that, I'll probably just space out anyways without having to skip it. Or just like look at my phone or something and not really pay attention to it until it goes by a scene or whatever. Alright, let me pack up this bowl. I too will skip a scene. That's how my sister is. I call her, like, with music and movies, I call her like a song/movie butcher. Every time she fucking does it. Like she'll put on a song, we'll listen to it like halfway through, and then she'll fucking put it on another song, and I'm just like, I thought we were listening to that. And she's like, yeah, well, that was the only good part of the song. And I'm just like, okay, like. Or like in the middle of a movie, she'll just like reverse it if a funny scene play it like 3 or 4 times. Granted, this is like with all of us watching it together, you know? She'll just do that, like. Or like some boring parts come, and she's like, I skip this part. And they're like, what? We're watching it. Like, I haven't seen this before. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Movie butcher, song butcher. I'll do it for side quests in games. Okay, yes, I do that. And when it comes down to games where like, okay, I've already read all the extended lore. Like the first 1 or 2, maybe 3 times tops, I will like read the side lore, the notes, the texts, all that kind of shit. After that, you know, like with some games you see me today with, I'll just skip through that. Don't fucking pay attention to it. Whatever. I already know it. Like, I pretty much can remember most of it, and I'll be like, I'll just tell people like, yeah, this is a note that tells you pretty much about this. Like, there you go. Oh, Santo and Johnny, you belong to me. So this is pretty much going to be our agenda. What's some games that you guys would probably like to see in the rotation for November? December is going to mostly be Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take off 5 days at one point because we're going to have family coming up. And, yeah, I'm just going to be too busy with all that stuff. So I think it's from the 15th to the 21st. Or 14th to the 20th, something like that. And so, but I did bring up that like I would like to go watch Avatar Fire and Ash because it's gonna be out while they're here, and I'm like, I want to go watch that because I also want to talk to a friend of mine about it because I know she's gonna probably be watching it on that day too. At least you fucking better be over there, Ash. I swear. So I need my buddy over here to like geek out over it. And the DLC's coming out. Oh, but I'm not going to be able to get into it yet. I still got to play the whole game. And assuming if it's like a DLC to play after you beat the game, or if it's meant to be done at some point in the game, we'll get into it. But yeah. Sometimes it's just a lot of filler. I can't enhance my torch. This game is unplayable. Wow. 0 out of 10. Immersion has been broken. I may have to wait till I get home. I'm going to be attempting. What about when the movie comes out, though? You're going to go watch the movie when it comes out in theaters that day, right? Or at least, I hope, that week that it comes out. Or are you referring to the movie? That DLC, I think it's supposed to be done a good bit after the main story. Okay, cool. Because of what it does. Okay, cool. Tarkov Arena, Australia server ping 16, every other country 999 plus, should be good. You're You're out there on that gigantic fucking island, man. That's what I meant about attempting. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Wait, what am I missing? What game in the movie? Avatar. Fire and Ash. You know, a part of the Avatar movie series that's James Cameron came out with like over 10 years ago. There's Avatar, and then Avatar Way of the Water, or Way of Water, or something like that, which I haven't watched yet. I need to. And then the new one that's coming out, which is Fire and Ash.
Never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send.
This one's another good one.
With these eyes before, just what the truth is.
Well, you'll definitely be most likely ahead of it past like where I'm obviously gonna be at Ash, so
Yes, I love
because you've already been playing it, and I'm gonna be starting fresh from the beginning, and then I have to get through all that, and then finally get to the DLC, so
just what I'm going
I'll seek to your knowledge when if it's readily available.
some try to tell me.
If I need it at certain points or something, you know. What the fuck is this? You know,
Just what you want to be.
I've watched it. It's pretty decent. I heard it wasn't. It was decent, like from other people too. I just haven't watched it yet. But there's so many fucking free websites I can go watch now and have 4K to enjoy it in, so I can just watch it at any point. I just need to. Should just put it up one of these nights when I'm doing our editing on the side monitor and just watch it. I've got the first one on Blu-ray. And lo and behold, I got a fucking CD/Blu-ray external drive for my computer. Oh! The CD, DVD, and Blu-ray all on 3-in-1. Well, I was ahead of you at the beginning of Odyssey, too. That soon changed. Yes, but that was a unique situation because my father wasn't home at the time. And I had a lot of free time for myself. So I was able to pull off like long hours to burn, which now I don't have that luxury, but yeah. Which one thing that I do enjoy the fact about with you though is that Ash, is that you aren't the kind of person where it's like you're worried about spoilers much with the game. Because you were around and you didn't mind seeing like all the stuff you haven't done yet, etc., etc. But I don't think I was the first person you've even watched play Odyssey, though. That's the thing, also. Because you've seen the gameplay plenty of times before, if I recall correctly. However, I was the first one, at least I think I was, to give you a true rundown of like what the story is all about, which I take pride in that. Ah, yeah. I'm the same, to be honest. My wife will watch some of the show, then watch it with me, but also watch it on her own, and I let her spoil it. Yeah, that's how I am with my sister too. You were, well, like streaming. Oh, streaming wise, I'd only seen main game stuff before. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Oh, yeah. Well, that's surprising. And pretty much all the other Assassin's Creed after that. Damn, I wish I could have introduced you to the earlier ones that I was playing when I started at the very beginning of the whole series. Could have seen the greatness of what made Assassin's Creed truly amazing when it was new. And getting into the first 4 or 5 games, when the original team was still all working together and like doing it, and then by like the 5th game they were pretty much like all gone. But you know what, you're gonna be getting into another Assassin's Creed game for sure. AC Jade. Because our girl's going to be there again. Cassie's coming back, baby. So, cool. Okay, I'm really hoping that she is going to be the playable character, but would you still play it if she was like a side character introduced into it again, like Valhalla, and you see her for a couple hours of story and that's about it? I hope they don't fucking pull that shit. I don't think that's going to be the case because the concept art that the studio was making was her like fighting bosses. I think that's a pretty strong indication that you are going to be playing as her to some capacity again. Hopefully as the main character, but yeah. Well, I think we'll, hang on. Anyways, we'll listen to one more song after this, and then I'm going to call it. 'Tis getting late, my friends. You give love a bat. You give... Ah, man, some Bon Jovi. Some John Bovey, yeah. Darling, you give love a bad name. Man. It's a good song. It's just kind of a little bit of a running meme over the years in my stream. Because I mock Bon Jovi's singing style every now and again and like go overly dramatic with it when emphasizing certain words the way he does. That and Ozzy Osbourne. Me and Dafari would crack up so many times over the years. Whenever we just like get on the topic of Ozzy. And when we're listening to a couple Ozzy songs here and there, I like when Ozzy's accent gets really heavy at some points, like I would like sing it out loud, overly dramatic, just crack it up. Rip Ozzy. Prince of Darkness since 1979. And that crazy motherfucker, when he was weeks away from death, decides, I want to throw one more concert and go out doing something I love to do and haven't done in a while, which is perform. was like 2 or 3 weeks before he died. He threw that concert. A couple weeks before he died, something like that. Shout out to Sharon for getting that all done for him. Prime example of a loving wife. There you go. A kind soul. It's crazy, like, hearing about her story, how she met Ozzy. And at first, like, she was really awestruck by him because she just thought, like, how he and the rest of them dressed were just, like, really out of place people. Weird. Not that she was really saying that in a bad way, but it was just definitely, like, she seemed like a proper class girl. Very finely dressed, you know, proper mannered, et cetera, in that tradition. And here comes Ozzy Osbourne and his band, like, and the way they are, and she just, like, I was kind of, like, weirdly taken, like, awestruck by him. Like, you know, she didn't really vibe with it at first. And then, like, getting to then know him a little bit, from working together with him, because she was, like, involved with their production and whatnot. Yeah. Somebody who was so different from her, and she ended up just, like, falling in love with this guy. I was like, damn. She enjoyed their music, too. Even though she'd never heard that style of music before. Like, she said it was the first time ever hearing it was from Ozzy. Oh, this song's really good, but I gotta put on my boy over here. His Mama, I'm Coming Home had a whole new meaning. Yeah, for that final show he did. He was crying while he was singing that shit. Darling, you give love a bad name. Good shit. Grew up with this stuff too, man. My childhood right here as well. That hairstyle, man. The frizzied up long hair, man. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for coming in, hanging out. It was fun. I had a great time. Should I play closing time as I walk out when my coworker gets here? Fuck it, dude. Do it. Leave that impression on them so they'll be like, what the fuck? And then just be like, enjoy it while walking out. But thank you for the requests, everybody. Durgan, Jafari, Ashlyn. Hope you're driving safe if you're getting to work. Jafari, thank you for the smoke, bro. It was fun. Durgan as well with you and hanging out with us and sharing your interesting stories throughout the work shift tonight. Yeah, thanks, dude. I'll be enjoying my sleep. I can sleep in a little bit today, so that's nice. Bless me. Whew. Until then, everybody, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you again later. We'll be starting up on Dead Space 3 4K, baby. Look forward to it.